4 actions today. This is something that my dad started, and I kind of added to it a little bit. This is just an interesting concept, something to get you thinking. So we've got really 2 actions, right? You can give and you can take. I've heard some people say that there's 2 types of people in this world. There's givers and takers. I think sometimes that's true, but I also believe that people can change. Who you are now is not who you always have to be. The mistakes that you make, the times that you've taken when you should have given, you can rewrite that today. But also there's another aspect to giving and taking, and I think that's positive and negative. And we can dive deeper into that. First off, let's go with my least favorite. That's going to be, and all of this is backwards, so that's pretty funny. Didn't think about that, filming a mirror image, but hopefully you can take a little bit away from this. So my least favorite is negative takers. These, are kind of seen as like the worst of the worst. Someone that is manipulative. They are taking something for their gain and their gain only. They may tell you whatever you want to hear in order to get you comfortable with them, to allow you to trust them, and ultimately they're looking to benefit themselves and their self only. Then we have the positive takers. This is kind of seen as like the Robin Hood. Take from the rich and give to the poor. I feel like sometimes human nature, we fall into having to take or receive something, but the positive aspect of that is like, they're a good gift getter. They are looking to be a depositor and not a withdrawer, meaning that they give more than they take. Sometimes it's good to be a positive taker and be able to receive the love that God has for you. Then we move up here to the negative giver. The negative giver is someone who gives something, but they only give that because they're seeking something in return. This can be very tricky because you think that they're giving out of love or because they like you, or it's a blessing, and then they ask for something in return, and sometimes they ask for more in return than what they gave to begin with. A lot of times the negative giver has expectations on their giving, and they actually like to keep score as to what they've given out to then reap the benefits of this. And then we have my favorite, the positive giver. In my opinion, this is Jesus. This is the 1%. This is showing abundant love and knowing by showing abundant love, there will be fruits of your labor. I am always trying to ixnay on the negative take-a and chase towards the positive giver. You can start off being the positive giver and accidentally shift your mindset into being a negative giver, where you're like, I've done all that I can do. I've done all these things, and still I do not receive. So be mindful of that, but I think we definitely want to try to chase being a positive giver. Now, in your job, in your workplace, being a positive taker is okay, but you don't want to stay there forever, right? The concept of being a depositor versus a withdrawer to the business, meaning that you're giving more than you're taking in. You're making more money for the business than it costs to employ you. And this is something that I am actively chasing for Cove Construction. And I still am wanting those shout outs, those pictures of businesses that need repaints, those connections. That is a daily task where I'm trying to chase those connections and get in front of the people that are going to buy from Cove Construction. You want to always try to share in hopes of helping someone else. One thing that I did with my wakeboarding school, and I'm trying to do with my life, is I want you to be better than me. And I deeply feel that down in my bones. If I can help take some of the adversity away from you, or allow you to navigate this life in a way that you end up better than me, that's ultimately where I want to be. And that on a wakeboard was really cool. And I've finally gotten to that point where some of my students are now the teacher, and they're going to be trying to teach me how to do things on a wakeboard. If you didn't see the rewind that Logan Popwell did in a couple videos back, go find it. Super cool. Hopefully eventually I'll get to learn that trick. Our message from the Bible today is Luke 6:30. Give to everyone who begs from you, and from ones who take away your goods, do not demand them back. And as you wish that others would do to you, do so to them. If you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you expect to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners to get back the same amount. But love your enemies and do good and lend. Expect nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and the evil. Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful.